back to another World of Warships Wednesdays. Wait, I'm doing this all wrong. God, okay, hold on. I know I put this thing in here somewhere. Hold on, let me just grab this. I got it. Okay, here we go. Ooh, welcome to a new episode of Warships Wednesdays for your very special Valentine's Day by Chrischievious. Right? That was totally better, right? Okay, whatever. Screw it. Anyways, welcome back to another World of Warships. Today, we have a good battle in the Aoba. And this is at a request of someone else. It doesn't really matter. And we're going to do kind of a how-to cruiser-ish thing. And the fact of the matter is that how to cruiser is dependent on the cruiser, dependent on the line, and what you need to know about the Japanese cruiser line is that they have big guns, they have effective torpedoes, they have decent range, and they're just kind of an overall good ship. And what we're going to do is I'm going to be honest, it's not going to be a terribly interesting match. This is very much a match where we did what we are supposed to do, and we're not even going to hover out of this spot. We are doing objective defense, and that's it. See that? Defense being the key word. We got one destroyer. This destroyer is sitting in Delta currently, and we have one cruiser that's about to charge in, and I'm not going to be able to handle these two guys by myself, but through my concealment and staying in a range, I can continue to hold this point, defend this point, make sure they just don't capture it, to gain any points at all. And then if I can draw some torpedoes into our little cruiser friend coming in this way, then that'll hopefully help out. Ultimately, we'll see how it goes. But if you see, I'm holding my range so that whenever I go off the radar, or whenever... oh geez, almost died. Whenever I don't have shots in the air, then I disappear from detection, just like that. But then I send off my shots again, and I'm redetected. But I'm holding that area so that I can disappear and get away from anyone if I need to. But I do have these torps in the water. Remember the good range? These are about a 10-kilometer torpedo range. So that's why I came into essentially my detectability range, dropped some torpedoes, headed back out, and then I'm going to hold who I can out at this range. Smack-a-doodle. I'm using this mountain for cover as well. The other destroyer is sitting over in that island that he's hiding, trying to cap the point. But as long as I continue to repeat these shots, as long as I just wait for people to come to me, and I'm fortunate to have some support with me up front here, then all I have to do is just continue to hit these points and defend these points. Now, I did mention this is how to cruiser, and this will come into play more here once we get these battleships that come into the objective. But you'll see I'm holding an angle. You usually worry about angles if you are sitting in a battleship, and typically that 15-degree-ish angle, like I'm holding here with this battleship, is something that you think about with the armor-penetrating rounds that come from other battleships when you're trying to brawl, but it's also effective for a cruiser. Depending on the armor's thickness, depending on the type that you have, then it winds up being not as effective for some ships, and if they hit you straight on, not quite like that. That was me holding the angle, so that's why I took such minimal damage from that point. But if you have somebody that hits you straight on from the superstructure, then that can cause a lot more damage. But do you see how I'm holding here? I'm slowing, I'm reversing, and I want this attention on me to a point because I do have these other ships around with me, but they're not going to do a lot of damage to me. If you have a British cruiser, or maybe you have a Russian and they have a lot more weakness in the superstructure and in the bow, then those straight-on shots are going to cause a much bigger problem. But you see he's getting really irritated that I'm just setting fires on him left and right. And so he stays focused on me, but I'm going to burn him to the ground before he actually does anything to me. So because I know that that was the last volley that he had for me, then I wanted to turn, put some shots in the water. Torpedoes, because then the idea is that he will turn towards me and try to hold that same angle like I'm doing to him, and I'm just going to continue burning him to the ground and try to get out of this detection. If I am running away and I know I'm about to be detected, then I try to hold that same angle But something to keep in mind about the AOBA that you're seeing here is that the only places to drop these torpedoes are towards the rear of the ship. You have to present your broadside a big majority of the time whenever you're actually having to drop torpedoes. And it's something that has to be calculated, which is why the concealment is so important. Now, when you're doing this, I'm focusing on this ship that is in the point. That's why I'm getting all of these defend points. And if they can't cap the point, they're not going to get any capture points. It's just that simple. And it's difficult for a lot of people to avoid charging it. Oh, I want to go in and I want to make sure I can torp him. Oh, I could have chased after that destroyer early on, and this would have brought me straight into the battleships that are now charging in there themselves, and I wouldn't have been tagging these guys from so far away, continuing to defend this point. When you're using these cruisers and you're popping in and out of the detection range, then it's also good to utilize these mountains. The mountains are going to be your best friend sometimes, because you can see I'm now able to present my entire broadside, send as many rounds as I can, start as many fires as I can, but I'm not detected because I have the other teammates that are spotting him for me. And there are some people that'll get really upset about this that don't fully understand it. Well, why are you hiding back there? You should be up here, you should be doing something. The fact is that the longer you survive through these rounds, that was for him, not for me. He's afraid. The longer you survive these rounds, the more you're going to be able to do. It's a whole damage per second thing. If you're going to get one good volley in, it better be worth your time, and you better destroy a ship, as opposed to being somewhere where you can do long damage over time. We have another ship that's heading in, also going to be capping a point, but he's out of my range, so I'm going to charge in. Same strategy. If I can tag him from behind the mountain, then I'm going to keep doing that. If I can get a little bit closer, I'm going to make sure that I can present an angle. And you just wash, rinse, repeat with that. And maybe you should have better aim than I do, because that'd be smart. I still have the other ship spotting for me over here, so I'm able to just continue holding the spot and continuing to defend the point. This becomes my job, because the battleship only has a cooldown of, say, 25 to 30 seconds. And so me continuing to hit these guys repeatedly, defending, is the most important thing that I can handle right now, especially because we have 2 out of the 3 points that are captured currently, and this 4th one is the only one that's in question. This will continue to gain us points over them, and this becomes the most important point in the map of the game, which is why we have to put so much focus into it, even though it can come off as kind of a boring job. Nailed it. So now I'm going to try and send a couple of random shots over the mountain. I'm going to hope for the best, and I really hope this is going to hit, because I'm not targeted onto the ship anymore, so then the arc of those shots are going to change a little bit, but best thing I can do is just chase him down, try and set him on fire again, let him run and cry, because he's on fire all the time. And then maybe I can get a kill in here, possibly. Probably not. Now, because these battleships are running off, and they're really just running for their lives at this point, that's when you can start to worry about actually going into capture. But you have to remember that you're still a vulnerable target, but I believe I have everybody spotted. So while I can see everyone, maybe, just maybe, I can get in here and I can just lob a couple more shots off and set them on fire and capture a point. So let's try that. No kill, but that's alright. All I've got left is this one battleship. We're starting to near the end of the match here, and I can feel it creeping in. But I can see him, but I can't quite get a shot off on him. Do you see how I go in and out on the camera like that? That's because it's a really quick move. You just tap the mic button on your keyboard, and that'll go from your mini-map, and you shoot the mountain. But that'll tap in and out from going to your mini-map, and it gives you a little bit of an angle trying to see over the mountain. It's something that I picked up watching somebody else, I don't remember who. But it's something that if you want to use, it winds up being pretty efficient for me. So he's going to be coming around the mountain. I want to drop some torpedoes, but I get the feeling he's anticipating that. That's why he's slowing down, and I'm watching him. And I want to wait until he speeds back up just a touch, and I'm able to watch this gray line in place, and then I'll drop my torpedoes. And then that way I know that he's just trying to charge around that corner, because he's close enough that there's only a minor room for error. So he thinks that I've already dropped the torpedoes. He thinks, okay, I'll miss him by this point. I'll come around the corner. I'll citadel this poor little Aoba. So, now that I see him speeding up, perfect. This is the point where I need to drop him.
Gotcha, bitch!
Just like that. Best thing I can do is wait. Hope for the best. Get that kill that I'm wanting so bad. Can I get it?
Nope.
Oh. Of course. Figures. Well, thank you for watching. Quick Warships video. I hope you enjoyed the mini how-to cruiser edition. Happy Valentine's Day to you and all your creepy, weird friends that I'm sure you spend all your time with like I do. And until next time, thank you for watching.
These nuts. Ha! Got him!
Hey, hey!